Dire team pick. Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle.
Hello.
The battle begins.
Alright, hello and welcome to the first match between Imp and Cobra Cox. And Earthshaker has already paused the game. There he is. Look at him standing there, all still-like. Now this is something that I haven't seen before. Imp has actually replaced the Radiance insignias with their own, which is rather daring on that part. Not only have they taken over the game, but they plan to take over the Cobra Cox. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to run with it. Alright, so might as well take this time to go through the players. Looks like there's just Jacque. He likes playing women characters a lot for some reason. Vimesey looks like that in real life. Nashua, lovely accent, lovely accent. He really hates it when you call Tree and Protector Furion. So, oh no, Nature's Prophet. When you call Nature's Prophet Furion, he loses it a little bit. So just, if you ever play a game with him, be sure to always say the word Furion, even if Furion isn't actually in the game. Easy, very friendly, not easy at all. I've been taking him out for months, and he still hasn't kissed me yet. And Fiyenyaa is someone also. Now on to the other team. An7hrax, funny spelling. IMPlode, don't know anything about him, but he has fantastic pants. Tiny's a lot smaller at the beginning of the game. He paused it. That's why nothing is happening right now, and I'm searching for things to say. An IMProvise, which is clever, but a little annoying, so I'm going to ignore him for the rest of the match. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back as soon as this game starts and does anything at all. Oh, someone was disconnected. Well, that makes me feel terrible. Whoops. Alright, here we go. 1566. Oh, that's the ping for the guy that we were just disconnected. I actually do have sound into the mumble chat that Cobra Cox are using, and they plan on farming that guy furiously. Or furiously, right, Nash? Woo! Oh no, this is very unusual. Usually in matches like this, you see both teams go for the level 1 Roche. The fact that neither has shows that this is probably going to be a very dull and amateur tournament. Nashua is well known for not being quite as intense with Huskar as a friend of ours, Hexagonal Bolts. However, Hex doesn't hold against him, and we like to pat him on the back whenever he tries. This is actually a new lineup for them. As a general rule, you see Luna in these sorts of matches, although she was probably not coming up due to the captain's mode, which is very unusual also for them to play. The fact that Tiny is on middle is actually unusual as well. As a general rule, you'll see Tiny laning with Centaur Warrunner on the Cobra Croc side. However, since Imp got there first, they can't use that.
Not for you! No, no.
Alright, give me just a second. I'm going to actually switch it so I don't have to push to talk this anymore, so I can control better.
Missing bottom!
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Alright, perfect. Now I don't have to hit that button. Trying to laugh at you? Alright, so they're pulling back. I don't really know what to say about this. They're being very boring. It's 3 minutes in, nothing awesome has happened yet. Oh, and I'm getting new news on the side of the Cobra Cox. It sounds like Nash is having computer problems. Oh, terribly sorry. It seems to be Easy is having computer problems. Easy is having computer problems. He's actually going to log off and reboot his PC. This is one of the most exciting matches, I think, in Dota 2 history, and I can't wait to see who pauses next. Just absolutely incredible. So, while we're waiting here, I'd like to talk to you guys about Soft Viagra. Soft Viagra is something that Nash informs me is the antithesis of hard Viagra, which is what most people use. If, in fact, you have an erection that lasts longer than 4 hours, excuse me, Soft Viagra is a viable option to help you out with your raging boner. Sorry, I'm taking some now. Alright, now that that one's gone, we'll take a look at more of the team composition here, starting with Radiant's Courier. This is a tree with a chest taped onto the top. More effective than most of the other couriers because the chest is larger. It has a good sturdy frame and it can carry more items, probably. On the dire side, there's a Greedy Greevil. This is actually a very, very risky choice for the Dire team and Cobra Cox. It's a good courier. It's a little bit faster than others. However, it does have a tendency to eat your items if it's not happy with the player who is calling it. So, very risky. Could lead to an early win for the Cobra Cox, but could also ingest all of their items and cause them to lose. While we're waiting, I should probably also bring up that it took actually about an hour for this game to get set up in the first place. So at that time frame, this is actually moving along quite nicely. Alright, well, I hope you weren't waiting. I'm going to go ahead and just not talk until the match starts up again. As soon as the match starts up again, we'll get back into it. So if you're watching this on a replay, please bear with us. Go ahead and fast forward. And as soon as people start moving again, we'll be right back with you. Alright, and we're back. Very exciting.
Thanks.
Here is Nash. A little known fact about Huskar, he actually gets more effective the less health he has. Yeah, pro tip.
Missing bottom.
Oh, looks
Radiant's
like
bottom
they
tower
see
is
Ricky
under
in the
attack.
jungle. Little known fact, Ricky is in fact much easier to see when he's not invisible. Tactical error there, but I'm sure he'll rectify that later on in the game. Oh, and this is a little dangerous right here. Nashua is having to deal with a tiny that has double damage. Very dangerous, potentially very damaging, and no. Right now, Huskar's making use of his range advantage on Tiny, and it looks like Tiny is going to move for the next rune. He does have a bottle. Okay, so rush the early bottle on Tiny. We'll see if that pays off later. As a general rule, players in the mid lane will pick up other items, a courier, extra couriers, lots of branches. It's usually good if they ping the branches here, 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 and here in order to confuse the opposite team. Generally, if they try to push middle lane, then they'll all stop, try picking up the branches, and then get ganked from behind. Alright, here comes Vimesey and Jacque. Are they going to make... No. Looking for a small team fight there. We're hoping for first blood. As a general rule, Cobblecox likes to start very early, but they are being cautious. I think they're a little afraid of a team that can place their banner everywhere. Just look at it. Creepy. Fiyenyaa, for some reason, is running towards the large beetle. I don't know what's going on over here. And, oh, that poor siege engine. Oh, here it comes. Looks like something interesting is happening, and... No, didn't finish it off. Alright, well, Nikolite still has all his heals, so he will stay in lane, and how's Vimesey doing? Pop the wand, and a few tangos. Spazzing out a bit, Vimesey seems to be a player who does not want to turn off auto attack. Can be difficult if you're not that good at guiding yourself in for those last hits right at the very end. Personally, I do prefer to just click and/or A attack when I'm ready to do it, because then I can stand there and not do anything and not twitch like a small child watching Pokemon and having a seizure. Oh, and this could be big right here. Ricky moves back, but gets trapped on the other side of Earthshaker's wall, and Fiyenyaa makes it out. Will Nyx Assassin. Doesn't have enough pop to sing, has to wait for the cooldown, and both teams make it out just fine. Fiyenyaa looks like he's going to go back. That will cost him some experience and gold, but we think he'll be able to come back from that into order. Still just fencing here mostly. Went around for the gank but got stopped by Dazzle. Here it comes. Can he come into dudes? And no, just another aggressive harass. Dazzle goes in with the slow, and it looks like they're going to retreat. Another nice try by Cobblecox on the top lane, but it looks like Imp is playing it safe here. Bottom lane, however, is a whole nother story. There's Shaker and Ricky pushing the tower. Looks pretty early, and here comes Easy. Stun. He's going to have to walk all the way around that to get back out. The trees are still keeping him in. Uh-oh, here it comes. This could be the end of him. And we have first blood.
What you see is what you get.
Very exciting. First blood goes to Imp. Nyx Assassin dies, and that puts us at, here we go, 1 for Ricky, and Nyx Assassin down by 1. Probably just saw that. I was really hoping that this would have the players' names on it.
Radiant's bottom
Oh well,
tower is
back up
under
to top.
attack.
Vimesey and Jacque have kind of lost this lane a bit. It's moving forward, I think, a lot farther than they want, and looks like they will pull back and try for something clever, perhaps? No, I think safety first. They heard that Tiny was coming up, and decided to retreat. Nashua barely avoiding getting a butt full of rocks right there, but he needs to watch out for Ricky, and the gank, I think, is going to fail unless... No, I think Ricky and Tiny have switched lanes. No, Ricky's just guarding and picking up experience while Tiny went and picked up the runes. Imp having major rune control over the Cobblecox currently. Doesn't seem to have made a huge difference on the mid lane yet. However, it does. It is important that the Cobblecox aren't getting a hold of it. And looks like Tiny is moving into the gank. Does he have
Dire's top tower is
invisibility?
under attack.
Oh, and he pauses the game. This is very exciting. I didn't expect the next pause to come from Tiny, but I think at this point we can expect that the entire team will have paused by the end of the match. In match time, it might be, I think at this point, a 40 or 50-minute game. But I think if everyone plans their pauses accordingly and doesn't pause at the same time, if we get a good chain pause going, then I think that we can extend this game's watch time to 2 hours flat. So let's hope for the best. I believe that both teams really stay on top of their keys and don't pause on top of each other or accidentally unpause, God forbid, their own teammate. Then this match will last a very long time. Be right back with you as soon as things start moving again. Just go ahead and fast forward to when they start moving, whenever they start moving. Hopefully things will start moving, and I'll be right back. Alright, hello, and we're back. Looks like the game's unpaused, and we are back online. Okay, so, grouping stuff, we'll have to just wait and see who pauses it next. Extreme latency, I think, on both teams, but pretty soon this should be fixed. Oh, goodness, here it comes, looks, and will easy go down here. Do they have any stuns? Earthshaker used his, wasn't able to trap him, he's gonna throw Ricky in, and... no, that's it. Pull back, Easy. Good play on the part of Imp there, almost a successful gank. They didn't have enough stuns, and I think Earthshaker was in poor position to stop him, manage to get the stun, but didn't manage to lock him behind the wall.
Bottom.
Missing top.
Oh, there's 2 deaths. Okay, so we totally missed a whole gank down there. I do apologize for that. If you are on replay, then please go ahead and look at it on your own. Although, oh, I'm getting a message from Fiyenyaa right now. He would prefer if you didn't see his death. Okay.
Missing top.
This is fairly unusual also for a game of this caliber. May have something to do with the choice of courier on the part of the Cobra Cox. There are no wards up as of yet, and I think that's part of the reason why these ganks have gone so poorly. Looks like, oh, they're running the 3 up top. Ricky may come in for the run, and pulling back, stuck in the trees, and it looks like top managed to survive the game. I'm going to go ahead and say that I have no clue what Necrolite can do, so we're going to go ahead and look at his skills right now. Death Pulse. That looks interesting. Heartstopper Aura. Sounds unfriendly. Sadist. This guy is really not... Alright, so, you know, as you hear it a lot of time in these sorts of events, reality television, he's not here to make friends. You know, most people aren't. He's actually going to go around for what looks like a reverse butt rape. Oh, and we see our first ward of the game. There it is right there. Hopefully Cobra Cox can counter ward or get some other ones up, just to watch out for these ganks. It is very important for them, and I think they may just be having the problems as a general rule because of their courier, who may or may not have eaten the wards. And, oh! Tiny has paused the game again. And there's another disconnect. Did not expect that. Tiny pausing it twice in a single game. We'll see if that has a final effect upon his upon the game's final score. Alright, and like again, we're going to take a little bit of time to look at Necrolite's skills. Alright, looks like an AoE. Steals the hearts of his opponents, causing nearby enemy units to lose a percentage of their max health over time. Well, that could be very good against tank units. Big difference between a normal nuke and a percentage-based nuke is that a percentage-based nuke will scale. It does the exact same relative damage no matter how high the opponent's health is. So very much more effective on a opponent with a high HP as opposed to one with lower HP, where a just straight damage nuke would be more effective. Sadis gains HP and mana generation for every unit he kills. I believe this stacks. Just stacks for 6 seconds. Any unit, so if he can manage to use probably this Death Pulse on a whole wave of creeps, then that would really increase his stats and make him something to be feared. And Reaper Skype is his ulti on you, stuns the target enemy hero, then deals damage based for how much life it's missing. This actually ties in perfectly with the Heartstopper aura. You reduce the enemy's HP and get more damage. Looks like it's really designed to be a finishing move in this case. Alright, going back up. Oh, we got a ping. Who pinged the ward? May have been Ricky. This is a little dangerous. They have a ward right outside of sight range of this tower. Very unfortunate for the Cobra Cox. This will give them sight around back so that they can fully gank, especially once they get that tower down. If the Cobra Cox push a little too far forward, that will be very dangerous for them. And Imp is really setting themselves up well here on top. We're seeing a lot of lane movement. Cobra Cox haven't had as much lane movement as Imp. They're really just holding to their lanes, farming it up. Although I do believe that if Huskar is able to get the full farm that he needs, then we'll see him really start to make a difference in the late game. Alright, and while that goes, we're going to go ahead and just wait until the Tiny comes back. As soon as he comes back, then we will resume casting. Thank you for your patience, and can't wait to see who pauses next. And we're back!
Missing top.
Alright, so just had a little conference with both teams. It looks like the ping's there, but they are a little impatient with all the pausing. We'll see if they can continue the chain, or if this game will finish rapidly. Guys are now... Oh! Looks like more exciting things are going up, and... Oh! Alright, Cobra Cox have their wards up. That's very good. It got a little bit tired of getting their asses kicked from behind, and they're running back as they see Tiny coming in for the gank. Will he be able to stop them? Easy gets stunned. And... Oh! Good wall from Earthbringer, just a little bit too far forward. He needs to anticipate a little bit. There's a delay from when he brings up that swing. The horses go out, and that's it. Looks like they made it out just fine. Oh, will IMPlode get finished off here based on the... And boom! Fiyenyaa manages to finish off what Easy started. A little bit dangerous there for IMPlode. They had sight on him. He was being attacked by the friendly creeps, and Cobra Cox really takes advantage of a good opportunity there presented by Imp. And IMProvise is invisible. A little too late there on the try to kill him. Would have worked if it had hit him, but a little too late there. Vimesey, sorry.
Missing bottom.
Alright, IMPlode's coming back. God, oh, clever names. I hate them. Alright.
Missing top.
Nashua getting a little bit aggressive. Here comes Necrolite. And Nash is going to wait for the creep wave to protect him, and he's back to farming. Here we go back downstairs, and oh, hit by the wall, but manages to block his own teammate. Tiny unfortunately didn't have anyone close enough to toss over the wall. Could have been an effective finish to that play, but weren't well placed for that. The Earthshaker is definitely contributing to the team here, but with a few better well-placed walls here, he really has the opportunity for. He could have really been just completely owning this bottom lane.
Missing top.
Back up on top, both teams getting a little close. Ricky's still invisible, and here comes the attack! Hit by the wall, and double kill goes to Cobra Cox. Amazing. Very, very, very good. It looks like Cobra Cox are actually going in for the kill on the Dazzle. Didn't see the Ricky there. As soon as Ricky came out just in time for the AOA from Magnus on Vimesey. Looks like it was... here. Skewer. Drag, damage, slow. Worked out very well, and Crystal Maiden was able to capitalize that on very high damage with her freezing field. Tiny looks like he's coming up for the gank. Nash will get stunned. This could be the end for Nash, and he heals up, and brilliant, just absolutely brilliant, manages to make it out. He's very large, I don't know why I don't play Huskar. Okay, they're all moving up to top, and...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, this is looking very, very bad, very, very bad for the Cobra Cox. They should pull back. Can they see them? They don't have wards here. Oh, and Crystal Maiden walks in the right direction. Earthshaker gets the block.
Cold as death.
And on the bright side, Vimesey has made it out, but will they push all the way up? They do have enough, and they might be able to distribute the damage that the tower will be able to put out. It's a little bit early still, and without a creep wave it could be dangerous, but it does look like they're going to try and push this tower as soon as that happens. A little unfortunate for Crystal Maiden. If they had wards up there, it would have helped, but it did manage to save Vimesey, Magnus up here, by cutting across here and running into the gank that was coming up. If they had caught them down here, around the entrance to the river here, it would have been much, much worse.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, it looks like we have our first big team fight here. Oh, Huskar gets stunned, double stunned, triple stunned, and that's it. Crystal Maiden's still there. Will they be able to knock down the Dazzle? Oh, Shallow Grave on himself. Won't be able to finish him off. Vimesey's going to need to get out of there. He's very low health. Crystal Maiden might go down. This might be the first big win for Imp. And, oh, Crystal Maiden manages to knock it off. Help Magnus get that kill right at the end. And looks like Vimesey's going to get taken out here. And that was brutal.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's
Alright, total win for the Radiant. And it doesn't look like they're going to make the push down from middle. They're coming back up. Looks like they're going to try to protect the tower from the push, but they aren't pushing. Radiant's retreating. Very interesting. Could have had a very strong one, although they might be holding off until looks like Earthshaker's low on mana, and Tiny's back. Okay, will this see us pushing back up? Here they come, and it looks like this may be a 2v5, 2v... Oh, good. Porting in. And it looks like our second team fight of the game will be coming up in short order. Here we go, waiting for the initiation. Initiation, mine was very bad. And, oh, Earthshaker manages to lock them in. Separates the team a bit, but nothing too bad. Magnus, make up your mind! Ricky pops the silence. It's in a little bit of an awkward place. Oh, counter wards. Invisibility warding managed to destroy it. And it looks like... Who still has sight? The Dire still has sight on Ricky, but it's a little too far back. We're able to counter ward there. And the Cobra Cocks come back with an almost full team wipe on the battle. Oh, here we go. If they can stop Necrolite. No, he manages to get behind the tower. A little too late for him. Here comes Nash. Will he go for the finish? Doing quite a lot of damage, and it's a team wipe for the Cobra Cocks. Totally turned around the initial team fight, and really going to be able to take this lane. Very, very good performance by both teams. Cobra Cocks managed to make the most of what was a very messy initiation on the part of both teams, and now they will be able to take this tower fairly easily. Huskar going back to regain farm. And now we see if Imp is able to push them off this tower. They do have 1, 2, 3 coming in. Here comes the Earthshaker. Manages to stop Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is taking damage from the tower. And Earthshaker getting very aggressive here. And there's Necrolite, and the entire team is back. Hopefully they pull back. They are low health, and there's only 3 of them in this team fight. They will not be able to make it back. Oh! Another terrible wall by Earthshaker manages to block his entire team and may end up being the cause of Cobra Cocks getting out of this. Magnus runs out, and they made it. Alright, well, a bit of unfortunate luck there. Imp was able to get the tower, but the Cobra Cocks, Vimesey and Fiyenyaa did make it out fairly safely. Would have died except for Earthshaker, who seems to be quite aggressively crippling his own team on the whole. So far only 1 good wall from Earthshaker, but we're hoping for better protection here. And it's back in! Oh, looks like that was almost there. Manages to pop the shallow grave before they get back, and looks like a tactical retreat on the part of Imp. Probably could have taken that, but may have been a little bit scared that the entirety of Cobra Cocks were up there and didn't want to risk a gank. Instead, they're going to have to come down here and do it. Uh-oh, Huskar is going to get caught on the lane. Here comes Tiny. Tiny might toss him back up into Necrolite. Instant death, actually. Not sure what happened there, but Huskar did get killed on the returning heroes. Alright, so where do we stand? Cobra Cocks actually quite a bit ahead in gold, probably from the towers. They're ahead by 1, 2, 3 towers. Okay, so they're ahead by 2 towers. You got 2-1 right now, and or 3-1, and looks like the teams are a little confused as what to do right now. If Cobra Cocks are able to push this top tower up here, they may not push it too aggressively, but if they're able to push this top tower, that'll put them even farther ahead and give them the gold advantage that I think that they could really use. Let's take a look right here. Not as useful. There must be something else. Here we go. Difference in XP earned. The Dire actually way ahead. That team fight did a whole lot of good for them. Also, the Radiant have been walking around quite a bit and have been missing out on perspective XP from the creeps. Here comes Earthshaker with another just harassment wall. Oh, and it looks like the whole team is coming up. The Cobra Cocks are going to retreat. They should stay back. Don't move forward into the river. Here comes Tiny with double damage and scares them off. Vimesey might die here. Tiny's able to do a lot of damage, and Dazzle gets the slow, and that's it for Vimesey. Fiyenyaa is going to make it away. He has a great horse. Looks a lot like Gandalf the Grey at the moment. Oh, and we have a solo Roshan push by Nashua. Looks like he does have Handle the Dominator. This gives him lifesteal, which will allow him to go toe-to-toe with Roshan without dying. Back up top, we got the Imp team. Looks like they were going to go for a push, but now Oh, this is very bad. Run! Run! Another terrible, terrible wall by Earthshaker. Earthshaker, be an incredibly powerful support unit. However, the wall does require impeccable placement. If the wall placement is good, then it really can just make the absolute difference between a team fight. And it looks like Nashua picks up the Aegis, knocks down Roshan, gains levels and gold. 915. Let's go back to that gold look on top. The Radiant still pushing top. Dire moving in, has a split. Lots and lots of wards. Unfortunately unable to see the enemy's wards. They don't have true sight. The enemy does have true sight, can probably see this ward here, and will try to take it out once they get back to top. Better wall on the part of Earthshaker. May have been an accident, but was able to stop Magnus from going in and stunning any of his team. Looks like Nash is moving in. They're really going to make the push here. And I think they see him. This is going to be very bad for Nash unless he gets out of there very quickly. It's being chased down by Tiny. Oh, he stops for the Ancients. Do they see him? Here comes Necrolite. Oh, goodness, they're invisible. Here it comes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, what a brutal gank. Do any of them have stuns? Here comes Earthshaker. Wasn't able to block him on top. Manages to get the stun. Here it comes. Will Crystal Maiden be able to save Nash? Yes, it looks like a support. Nash was going to go around. Maybe they can turn this around. Team fight goes. Magnus down. Necrolite down. I'm sorry, Earthshaker down. Necrolite down. Dazzle. Dazzle finished the shallow grave. Not enough to get him out. He was slowed. And that makes 3 down again. Cobra Cox just making the best of what would have been an absolutely stellar gank on the part of Imp, but they were completely unable to just finish it off. Will they be able to take the top tower, or are they going to try to push? I don't know what's going on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gold. Dire ahead by almost 8,000. This is going to be a really big advantage for them. That's going to be hard for Imp to make up. Not only they're only ahead by 5 kills, so you know about 1,000, 1,400 gold from that alone, which also is of course means a reduction for the Radiant. But overall, the lack of lane mobility at the beginning of the game that I had, kind of not approved of early on for the Dire is actually going to pay off with them quite a bit. They do seem to have quite a bit more farm, and as we get into the mid game and late game, this is really going to show up in a big difference between the item quality that is held by both teams. Seeing what happens here, Huskar comes in, manages to get the kill. He's really starting to do a lot of damage, very, very low health. Of course, he does much more damage with the low health and gets taken out by the tower. He does have the Aegis, so they're waiting for him to respawn. Hopefully they'll be able to get another freeze. The wall will fall down soon. He pulls off the tower and retreats. Very good push by the Cobra Cox there, and Imp looks like they're going to have to pull back. Going to go ahead and push top tower again. Tiny coming here for a bit of farm. They know that they're behind. They're going to have to try to, catch up quite a bit faster. Oh, and this looks bad. They do have sight of Tiny. Tiny's moving back up. They're coming back. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be a 2v5. Won't be good for the Radiant. And they're holding back. Alright, entire Radiant team is back. This could be another 5v5. It does look like the Cobra Cox are going to pull back. They do know that they're at a disadvantage so far, away from any of their own buildings and close to the enemy's tower. Hiding in the trees here. Here comes the gank. Terrible gank. Nashua was kind of showed himself a little bit early there. Not a great wall, but oh, here comes the finish. Dazzle, Necrolite, and Tiny all down. I think Tiny had pop dilutions there, weren't enough. The Huskar was able to take him out in only 2 hits. And Nash chasing down Ricky, but unable to see them. One thing that the Dire hasn't been doing, they haven't had true sight very often, but I don't think they're too worried about it. Ricky hasn't had a major effect on the game since the very beginning, a couple ganks that he was successful in. Oh my goodness, up by 1,300. An insane amount of experience. Let's see if we can find the levels.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, top levels all pretty much belonging to the Dire side. Nyx Assassin not doing a whole lot, but he's really kind of past the ganking phase. At this point, he's going to be providing line of sight for his team, as you can see right here. Just checking out what's going on, and you know, just supplementary damage for the Huskar. Oh, and he might be able to get off his solo gank on the Dazzle. Nope, manages to lock himself down. Here comes the Necrolite. He is benched, and if he can get one more hit in, nope, there's the heal. Too late. Too sorry, should definitely pull back here. Looks like the whole team very dangerous here. Fiyenyaa on the other side, a little bit split, and was unable to get the horses. Would have done quite a bit of damage there if it had hit, but they're mostly just guarding while Nashua gets even more farm. Does have the armlet of Mordigian and a Satanic. Satanic gives him incredible lifesteal when he does. Actually, just in general, 25% lifesteal is pretty heavy, as well as if he activates it, 175%, which is just absolutely huge. Here it comes, look like the middle. This is probably one of the hardest pushes just at the beginning of the game. Beginning of moving into the enemy base. This will be easier for the Dire, I think, at this time, since they do have such a large level and item advantage at this time. Nashua very low on health. Will he be finished off? He is! Alright, this is looking very, very dangerous for the Dire. They just lost their heaviest hitter. Will they be able to push back? No, they just roll him back, but that's going to be very hard on the Radiant. This push may have stopped, or I'm sorry, on the Dire. This push may have stopped right here. They did lose their highest damage unit by far, and he will be locked out for a full minute now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Taking a lot of tower damage here. Doesn't look like they can commit to a full push, and he's going to fire this off.
Dire's bottom tower has
Alright.
fallen.
And the Radiant creeps managed to knock down the bottom tower on the Dire side. That makes 2 towers to Radiant, and, well, quite a lot of towers for Dire. Are they going to push for Roshan? Is Roshan back? I don't believe so. Oh, it looks like they were just checking very briefly to see if Roshan was back. He hasn't spawned yet. I believe he'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes, pretty soon. And then they'll go and try to get another Aegis back on Huskar. Alright, here it goes again. Dire really eager to get that tower. Dire Sentry Ward gives them true sight of Ricky, and the creeps show them that the ward is there. Little unfortunate, the creeps did ruin the ward for themselves, but that will keep Ricky back, and really that's kind of what they need, is to make sure they can get the push up here onto the high ground, get this tower. As soon as they get this tower, they can place another true sight ward up here, which will prevent Ricky from getting in or doing anything to them while they move in on the racks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh!
Oh, Ricky's got to be careful here. He places true sight ward. It's a little far. And he's been seen. Here comes the entire team ready to take down Ricky. Won't be able to get out of here. The silence does reduce damage, and no! Oh, there we go. Nyx Assassin with a bleed effect, I believe. Could be wrong. Nyx Assassin just stared at him, and he was so flayed at the end of that whole battle that he gave up out of despair. There's a turtle. Right there. Nice turtle. It's cute. The turtle's in the fog. If they don't see the turtle before they make it back here at this place, the turtle could trip one of them, which would be a short enough stun that I do believe the Radiant would be able to capitalize on that mini stun from the turtle.
Wave! Not so fast.
Dazzle again being forced back, not able to really contribute to the team as well as he would hope. fairly good wall by Earthshaker. They can still get in here, but, or I should say Dire can still get through, but they were restricted to this area here, and would have had to file through one at a time. If one of them had backed up, they would have trapped themselves all in there. If Radiant had been able to capitalize on that, could have done quite a bit of AoE damage, and gained himself quite a bit of gold. Another small fight here. Alright, Cobra Croc's pushing the top lane, looking to put a little bit more pressure. All the creep waves are getting, except the bottom, fairly close to the Radiant camp, which must put them on edge for sure. Getting much, much better about laying down those true sight wards too. A little worried about Ricky not doing big damage, but you know, they don't want to get caught out alone and get seen. And here comes, looks like a big counter push from the Radiant. Magnus manages to push Tiny and Dazzle into his own team. Oh, Magnus gets knocked down. Here goes Easy. And Jacque, will he be able to escape?
How did make me angry.
Jacque's being chased by the entire Radiant team. They may be coming back. Oh, lucky, lucky regen rune there. The extra heal from that will make it much, much harder for her to be killed. And, oh, I was completely wrong. When she got hit, I may have stopped. Watch out, Magnus! The entire team is there! Makes it out. A little tricky with that one. Of course, Ricky wasn't visible, so he didn't see him walk out of the river. And now I think we're pretty much waiting for Nashua going again for the kill on Roshan. The Aegis will be really useful for them to do this other push. The Radiant has been focusing him down. They're very aware of his damage potential, and with this will really enable him to do quite a bit more damage to the opposing team before they can finally focus him down. So of course he gets killed right here. Could be a moment with Ricky. Ricky got a lot of health. Oh, manages to get out. Here comes Magnus. And not enough. Tiny moving around for the gank, but the entire team is pulled back, and so he's going to go down to bottom to push the creeps away from his own tower. Cobra Croc's pushing the middle lane again. And here they come, Radiant positioning themselves for the defense. Only Necrolite right now, if they can knock him down before. And Huskar's just going to take just the bully. That's not the right word, is it? He's going to beat the Mickey out of this tower. Take the Mickey right out of it. Mickey. Yeah, we're going to go with that. So, while Huskar's taking the Mickey, he's really going for the tower. If he can finish this off. Oh, doing major damage to the Necrolite. Gets finished off in midair and will respawn into the sky. Beautiful. Really just gorgeous. Alright, doing a lot of damage to Tiny. Will he be able to finish him off? There was a mighty stun. Tiny makes it out. Going for the Dazzle. Finished off the Dazzle. Alright, we got one down. Oh, bad timing by Ricky. And it looks like they may get the Rax at this point now, too. They do have a True Sight ward up. They're going to make it a lot harder for Nyx Assassin to get around. But at this point, with the Rax down, Dire will have the super creeps. And it'll make it mega creeps, and it'll make it much, much more difficult for Radiant to even get out of their base.
I see your liver.
That's both Rax. Nashua farming up on the side buildings. And they know they're at low health. If they believe Nashua's a little low on his stuff, he's going to heal up. And he's going to use Lifesteal on the Ancients, it looks like, and heal up before heading back in. Wow, insane health gain from the Satanic. Just unbelievable. Double damage rune. Huskar doesn't pick it up. I think he believes that he can do more than enough damage for the whole team. Nyx Assassin's going to pick it up, and unless they push, it may just get fried, but we'll see what happens here. Got to be careful here. He's not aware that they do have sight. Oh, and the ward dies just then. That worked out great. Aggressive push by Nashua here. Soloing the base. Will he be able to hold up?
Gift.
You wither.
Instant death. Just ran right in there. Not sure what he was thinking of. Probably doesn't care. I think at this moment he is... that was something of a big FU to the other team. Stroke of confidence. Didn't manage to get any kills, but does believe that he is powerful enough to take the hit and not worry about
Dire's
losing.
bottom tower is under attack.
What a jerk.
Killing spree.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, here comes Earthshaker running as fast as he can. If he can get a wall across this bridge, he'll be able to block them all off, and it's still on cooldown. Oh, terrible luck. And gets pushed back by the creeps. Crystal Maiden goes down to Tiny, and... well, this is very much uncool. Going back to the defense on bottom, looks like the creeps are pushing a little aggressively. Go creeps, go. Ricky comes up behind. The ranged units do more damage than the melee, even though the melee have more health. So in order to reduce the push, you do want to reduce the number of ranged units available. Team fight here going on in the middle. Excellent push by Earthshaker. May not pay off. He almost knocked out Fiyenyaa and barely makes it out alive. Vimesey gonna get hit again. Will he get killed? No, the creeps are here to save him. Mega Creep's very dangerous, and Dazzle pulls back. A little too long of a wait on that one for Fiyenyaa, and he won't hit anybody. Nash throwing the bottom lane forward a bit. Picks up an Assault Curious. Going to be much harder to kill him now. Really has a ton of damage, and with a live steal, he's really setting himself up to be more tanky and prevent them from forcing him down as quickly as they have been before. Insane damage for the opening. Will he be able to kill the Tiny? The creeps are in their way. Unable to chase because the creeps stopped him. Oh, and Easy manages to finish the job. Insane.
How the hell did you see?
And Ricky got nailed by the entire team. Brutal. Fiyenyaa a little low on health, but I do believe he has an urn. He had an urn. Somebody had an urn. So I don't know. Maybe he'll deal, maybe not. Who knows? Here they go. Going to push the mid lane again, get their mega creeps into the base, make it a little bit harder for the towers to focus them down. They can take out those two mid towers. That'll really put them at a big advantage for attacking either directly the Ancient or moving in for the other towers and the lower and top racks, while the melee creeps distract Radiant.
Radiant structures are fortified.
My skill set is narrow. Very sharp.
Here comes Earthshaker. Manages to only get Huskar. Not a great wall. Not terrible. Here comes Ricky. Ricky may get focused down right here. Nashua, massive healing from the Satanic. Much harder to kill now with the Assault Curious, and there goes Earthshaker. Huskar, 3 kills right there. Very fast attack speed. He's just going to be knocking these down. Tiny manages to go invisible. He has the Shadow Blade. Oh, okay. And unfortunately, ran right in the middle of the opposing team, going for a last-ditch kind of save right there. Earthshaker has bought back in, but will be unable to handle the massive amounts of damage
Radiant's top tower is
that
under
Huskar is
attack.
able to put out. Looks like Tiny has said good game, and I believe that's it. Alright, well, so excellent game. Good play on both sides. We did actually, from the beginning of this, expect him to do a whole lot better. They started off a bit stronger, but, you know, the early ganks, they got a little too cocky and kind of spread themselves a bit thin and ended up way behind Cobra Cox on both. Just farm in general. Golden NXP was you know, a pretty big gap there at the end, and once it started widening it up, there was that first big team fight, and Cobra Cox was able to maintain their lead. So, good game on on both parts. I'm really glad that we didn't pause again. Ended up to manage to end at the 41-minute mark, and very good, very good. So for those of you out there betting, Tiny ended up pausing twice, so you guys can go ahead and the winning pool for that is that. This has been Mr. Icarus, and this has been my first cast, but I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, stay groovy, people. Anyways, have a good one, and bye.